Welcome to Astrology with Tess. Today's episode is called Uranus, the primordial wave within. Picture yourself alone at the beach. Your eyes are closed as you lie on the sand, the sun beaming down on you, and all you hear is waves. You become aware of your breath as another wave, in, out, back and forth. Your breath becoming in sync with the waves of the ocean. Your heart rate connected to your breath rate, speeding or slowing accordingly, finding a delicious and relaxing balance with the beauty of the sounds of the ocean waves. The sun beaming down waves as well, waves of photons that caress your skin. The breeze, another wave, comes into your awareness. And all of these sounds, waves, causing your eardrums to vibrate. And you begin to wonder, is everything a wave? Welcome to a very ancient part of yourself. A part of yourself older than time, as Greek mythology sees it. A primordial vibration known in the birth chart as the planet Uranus. Those of you already familiar with astrology might at this point be thinking, wait, isn't Uranus the planet of modernity? The future, technology, and social progress? And yes, all of that is true. Uranus represents the cutting edge, but also a concept older than time. In Greek mythology, Uranus was the original sky god and the firstborn of Gaia, or Mother Earth, after she emerged from darkness and chaos. He poured rain on her, which allowed all vegetation to flourish. Then they actually mated. It was the joining of sky and earth that produced the 12 titans, one of whom was Kronos, the god of time. I told you this concept was older than time. Uranus became tyrannical with his ruling, so Gaia decided to do something about it. She encouraged Kronos, who was also the planet Saturn, to castrate him with a sickle. Kronos complied, and afterwards he threw what he had severed into the sea, which produced a foam. This foam gave birth to Aphrodite, otherwise known as Venus, the goddess of love. What makes sea foam? Waves? Uranus rules the sign Aquarius, represented by two wavy lines. Are waves older than time?
In the beginning, there was the Word.
Creation myths often begin with sound. The Aboriginal creation myth of Australia is one of the gods singing their land into being. In the Hindu spiritual path, it is said that Nada Brahman, which means everything is sound. Sound is a wave moving through matter. reaching our eardrums and vibrating them. Sound also vibrates within our bones. In this way, hearing is a full body sensation. After the skin, the ears are the first sensory organ to develop in an embryo. Let's go back to the beach. Now picture yourself standing waist deep in the water. As a wave approaches, you position yourself just right to jump and catch it with your body. You body surf the wave. For a few moments, you become one with the energy that the wave is carrying. You experience a kind of godlike euphoria, a feeling that can best be described as total freedom. When it's done, you're not even quite sure what you were just a part of. Standing in your stupor, another wave clobbers you into the sand. Sending you wildly forward as your face drags in the sandy bottom of the shore. After a few unintentional somersaults, you are standing again, disheveled and spitting. Did you feel the utterly wild chaos of those moments? The Uranus within is like this. A current that is godlike. A creative current unique to ourselves in its vibration. When harnessed, it's like nothing else. Such vibration leads to vibrance, a feeling of true freedom to be and create what we want. And who doesn't want to feel free? Uranus asks the tough question, do you feel free? Perhaps a better question would be, what is your personal definition of absolute freedom? Like the feeling of riding the wave. Our freedom is our creative life force. Ignoring the primordial wave within only means that it builds in momentum, until one day we get clobbered by a wave that we don't even recognize as our freedom, attempting to pummel some sense into us. Of course, we can't just blindly follow every whim that our urge to freedom produces. Then we become reckless and out of touch with real life. How to balance? Can we get some archetypal guidance? Prometheus was a Titan hero who stole fire from the gods to give to humanity. This gift enabled civilization to flourish and progress. And herein lies a key element of Uranus. The godlike, creative power must continue to serve humanity's best interest. Being carried away by the pure exhilaration of creating without bearing such truth in mind leads to the mad scientist, creating Frankenstein without a forethought to the consequences. The name Prometheus actually means forethought. A love for our fellow humans and a forethought of consequence is imperative when coming into power with such creative life force. Freedom is a virtue shared by all. To see it differently leads to isolation, depersonalization, a feeling of being cut off from the world. This is the shadow side of Aquarius. We are living in the Aquarian age. Brilliant new technology is constantly being born. We must guard against the cold Aquarian shadow by use of Aquarian virtues, a love of humanity, a love for freedom, and a knowledge that waves are free.
If you still kiss your girl after garlic and oil, that's amore.
Jerry Lewis has his sun in Pisces conjunct Uranus. His nonsense-loving heart, infused with the unbridled ridiculousness of Uranian energy. Because this energy is so free and ancient, it is also wildly unique to its owner. Uranian people are often a little strange.
Yes, we'll never have to correct our talk. We won't ever speak. That is, we'll never have to talk again. We just never will discuss talking. We shouldn't really converse about speaking.
He was also quite the Uranian humanitarian, as national chairman of the Muscular Dystrophy Association.
I'm speaking from the roof of Broadcasting Building, New York City. The bells you hear are ringing to warn the people to evacuate the city as Martians approach.
Orson Welles has an Aquarian moon conjunct Uranus, a yearning moon for riding that wave of creation, Uranus in Aquarius. He mastered the waves of radio so much that he made people believe that aliens had indeed landed on Earth. His creative drive was so strong that he actually drove an ambulance around New York City in order to beat the traffic and get from theater to theater and create more and more. Edie Sedgwick has Venus in social and whimsical Gemini, conjunct Uranus. The muse of Andy Warhol was dubbed as an it girl. Her femininity, Venus, connected to a sense of it. This it is none other than the primordial wave, a true and unique current of energy that causes others to take notice. Electrically alluring and tragically unstable. She once said, "I'm in love with everyone I've ever met in one way or another. I'm just a crazy, unhinged disaster of a human being." In closing, remember that the wave in you is part of other waves. Some are bigger, like social movements or the rhythms of nature, and some are smaller, like the flutter in your stomach when someone makes you nervous. It takes a serious tuning in to your own frequencies to befriend your primordial waves. You can't control a wave, but you can ride along with it. And in doing so, you are really just merging your waves with your own waves. As your waves settle into rhythms that feel true to you. The next time you are enjoying someone else's vibes, think of these as waves. Waves older than time. Until next time, happy astro pondering.